Hey River family, we are rapidly coming to the end of 2021 and heading into 2022. Man, we have so much to be thankful for this past year. I continue to be amazed and very grateful for the faith and the love that all of you have. We're growing as a church. God's adding to our numbers. I also realize it's been a very difficult year for us as a church and for many of you personally. Particularly as we've lost two of our very dear, beloved members, Rick Martin and then J.B. Park. But as the scriptures encourage us, we don't fix our eyes on the past. We actually fix our eyes on the future. God really does have a glorious future in store for us in the resurrection and in the new creation. And so we long for that and we run towards that. With faithfulness and with hope. One of the things that we do here at the River, it's kind of becoming an annual tradition at the beginning of the year, is we like to set aside 3 weeks to really seek the Lord in maybe a special way. The whole idea is to really intentionally disrupt our normal routines so that we can seek the Lord. And I really believe that it will be a great spiritual boost for all those who participate. And we basically do two things. Number one, this year we really want to focus on growing in our conversations with God. That's what prayer is about. And then number two, we fast, which is really abstaining from some of the normal things that we participate in. And what it does is it really is an amazing reset for the spirit, for the soul, and for the body. And so there's 4 ways that we're asking you to participate this year. Number one, very excited, I put together a 21-day devotional based on the Psalms. It's called Conversations with God. And the Psalms is the prayer book in the Bible. It is the prayer book that Jesus would have learned to pray from. And it's very obvious from reading the Gospels that Jesus had just saturated himself in the Psalms. And you see it come through in the way in which he prays and teaches. And I think you'll be quite amazed in a very good way at just how much the Psalms can open up your conversations with the Lord. And to help you process through a lot of the emotions that we have as we really strive to remain faithful and to live faithful in a world that is really at odds with what God has intended for it. So that's the first thing. Get your copy of Conversations with God. The second thing is join a small group. We have a number of small groups that we've set up just for this 3-week time. They're going to meet once a week for 3 weeks during this special time. And the idea is, join that so that you can gather together with some other believers to pray together. You can have some discussion together. It might be on the devotional, it might be on a Sunday message, it might just be on another topic that's relevant for your group. And then the third thing is unplug from the digital world. I know this is what everyone's going to like, but listen, I'm telling you, it's very, very powerful. Get rid of your TV, don't use your phone, your computer, the internet, electronic games. I know some of you have to use it for work, I understand that, but other than that, get rid of it. Unplug as much as humanly possible. Get rid of all of your excuses and everything else. You will find it to be a very powerful experience. And even secular psychologists and sociologists are recognizing how healthy it is to take periodic breaks from the digital world. And the fourth thing that we ask you to do is just to eat very simple, healthy meals. No desserts, no sweets, no alcohol, no fast food. Get rid of all the seasonings. It's really a time to just keep it super simple. Get you the basic nutrition you need, some protein, veggies and stuff, and just abstain from all the other parts that we normally just love about eating. And it really is a helpful exercise for a number of different reasons. At the top of that, I would say, is it really helps you to understand the dynamic between the spirit and the flesh. So Jesus said that the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak and subject to all kinds of temptations. And I'm telling you, the easiest way to understand that dynamic is just try to say no to yourself to something you want. And you'll just quickly discover how much everything in you is screaming, don't do that, feed me, entertain me, so satisfy that. And it's just such a powerful dynamic to do that. And my experience has been that when we take special times, and listen, you can't read your Bible without noticing that God seems to take delight in us setting aside special times where we do something a little bit different, and we give up some of our normal routines in order to do something special with Him. And here's the deal, He honors it and He shows up. So I want to encourage you to participate in this time. It's 3 weeks. Listen, you got 49 other weeks of the year to get into your normal routines and to indulge yourself in those ways. Why not, set the year off on the right direction by seeking God? And of course, the hope is that it doesn't just impact those 3 weeks, but by doing so, it sets a tone for the rest of the year. And again, that's a very biblical pattern, that when we set the tone for things, it's like even tithing. Tithing sets the tone both for your heart around finances, as well as oftentimes, the Lord's generosity regarding your finances. And so set the tone this year. Join us in this way. Get the devotional, join a small group, unplug from the digital world, and just eat some very simple, healthy meals, avoiding all of the other elaborateness around it. And I think you're going to find you have a tremendous experience with the Lord.